And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show. We've got golf highlights from the Bulloch County Championships being held at the Georgia Southern University course. We've got golf highlights coming from the Annual Schenkel Invitational, which took place this past weekend at Forest Heights Country Club, with the Georgia Southern Eagles winning their third Schenkel all-time. Georgia Southern leading from day one on Friday into Saturday and on through Sunday, where they ended up with an 8-stroke victory in that one over Notre Dame. Meanwhile, we'll take you out for some baseball highlights, which also saw the Atlanta Braves World Series trophy make an appearance at J.I. Clements Stadium on Wednesday, as the Eagles were hosting the College of Charleston. We'll send you out for some highlights of that one. We've also got some spring football practice to bring you. The Eagles starting the Clay Helton era in style at Paulson Stadium this week. Plenty of players to be looking out for this year. We'll hear from a few of them and head coach Clay Helton coming up in just a moment. All that and plenty more coming up on Upon Further Review. And a reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com.
You choose the combination, and they'll cook in their 500-degree brick oven in just a few minutes. Your own delicious pizza experience using only the freshest ingredients on hand-tossed dough and individually sized just for you. And that Eagle Nation is why they're called Your Pie, because it's all about you. The Your Pie in Statesboro and downtown Savannah is owned and operated by Joe Hunt, a Georgia Southern grad. So when you order your next pizza, be true blue and make it all about you. Go see Joe at Your Pie, and I guarantee it, you'll be glad you did.
McCooks Pharmacy, located on Highway 80 East, is family owned and operated by Lynn and Janie McCook, as well as their son, Josh McCook. Serving the Bulloch County area since 2005, McCooks Pharmacy offers fast and friendly service where the customers come first. Vaccinations are available, including shingles, flu, pneumonia, and Tdap. Drive-through service is available with 2 drive-through windows for your convenience. McCooks Pharmacy offers free local deliveries, and new customers are always welcome. Continuing the tradition of our family caring for your family, McCooks Pharmacy, Highway 80 East. Well, the Georgia Southern Eagle golf team hosting the Annual Schenkel Invitational this past weekend. The Eagles leading wire to wire, walking away with the title. On Sunday, everyone on the team shooting even par or better to help the Eagles secure the victory. They had some great weather out there at Forest Heights and some amazing crowds. Let's send you out for some of the highlights. Weekend action at Forest Heights Country Club for the Annual Schenkel Invitational. The Eagles teeing off Saturday in first place with a 10-stroke lead. Once again, hundreds of fans on hand to take in the action at Forest Heights in what could arguably be called the best attended Schenkel of all time, and they got a chance to see some pretty impressive shots here on the par 3 6th. It's Georgia Southern's Hogan Ingram who puts this one within a few feet. He'd put that in for a birdie. Staying at number 6, take a look at this shot by Ben Carr. He'll suck this one back to within about 4 feet away. He's then able to finish it off with the birdie putt. Carr making quite a run on Saturday. We move ahead to the 7th hole, and it's Carr once again. This time the eagle attempt. The long putt up the hill. He leaves that within inches and would tap in for the birdie. Carr with an impressive 67 on Saturday to move into second place. Joining him in second place, teammate and fellow senior Mason Williams here on number 7 with his second shot on the par 5 hole. He leaves this one to within about 16 feet, and just like he did on Friday, it's the eagle with the eagle. Mason Williams, eagle 7, moving over to the par 5 9th hole. Notre Dame making a run, and here Andrew O'Leary with the tough eagle putt. He just misses this. He tapped that in for a birdie, helping the Irish to stay close. The shot of the day here on number 9 from West Virginia's Trent Tipton, off the flag and into the hole for an eagle. And that gets a roar from the crowd at Forest Heights. Plenty of nice shots on number 9 here. Georgia Southern's Ben Carr with his third shot. He just misses an eagle himself and will go on to get that one to go for the birdie. Notre Dame's Palmer Jackson making a run Saturday. Here's his third shot, setting up an easy birdie putt. He'd shoot a 68 Saturday. Tai Chi Ko for Notre Dame here on 9 with the nice chip, which he'd be able to convert into a birdie. Mason Williams in a little bit of trouble here with his third shot. He does a nice job of getting this one close. He'd drain the birdie. Williams with an impressive round of 68, 4 under par. Notre Dame's Davis Chatwell keeping pace with his teammate. His third shot a thing of beauty as he spins it back down the hill to within a couple of feet. An up and down day for Chatwell. 6 birdies and 5 bogeys on his card en route to a 71. To the par 5 12th hole we go. Another great crowd gathering, and they'd see a heck of a shot here from Ben Carr. His third shot from a tough position to an amazing position. From there, he sinks the birdie, and here's it from the crowd. Not to be outdone, Mason Williams' third shot on the par 5 hole checks up to about 5 feet away as he puts the brakes on. He sinks it, and Carr and he would tie for second, and the team alone in first place with a 10-shot lead as we move to Sunday's final round. The Eagles up 10 over Kentucky. The crowd's even bigger Sunday, and Hogan Ingram with the birdie on 5. The Wildcats in Kentucky looking to try to gain some ground. Jacob Cook leading the way. He'd catch fire at the end of his first 9 holes, starting here on number 5 as he puts it to about 10 feet away. He drains that one. He'd birdie 6, 7, 8, and 9, part of his 6 under 66 on Sunday. Georgia Southern freshman Brantley Baker here on number 5. He gets this one to within about 5 feet. Baker able to sink this one. He'd shoot a 1 under 71 and place 12th overall in his first Schenkel. The fans with a nice spot overlooking the 5th and 6th hole. Here on the par 3-6, it's Mason Williams getting the flat stick going. He drains the 20-foot birdie putt. Notre Dame's Davis Chatwell likes what he sees off the tee. Spins this one back to about the same spot Williams was in. And then he gets the birdie to go. Chatwell finished tied for 7th, 5 under for the tournament. Next up, it's Georgia Southern's Ben Carr, and he spins this one back. And he'd get a nice read after the Chatfield putt. Carr from about 14 feet away. And he's able to sink this one. Carr finishing solo 3rd at 8 under for the tournament. We move over to the par 5 7th hole. Palmer Jackson showing why he's the 3rd rated golfer in all of NCAA. Just missing on the eagle. He tapped that in for birdie. Finished the tournament tied for 9th at 4 under par. Carr then on 7. This for an eagle as he hits the green in 2. Not a bad effort. He'd make that for a birdie. Over to the par 5 9th hole, and Jacob Cook continuing his hot streak. 5 straight birdies as he puts this one close. His eagle attempt on the chip, he'd make that for birdie. Playing partner Tai Chi Ko with the long birdie putt on number 9. Nice touch here. And then Eagle freshman Brantley Baker rounding out the group with a birdie of his own from about 12 feet away. Staying at 9, and Mason Williams looking for his 3rd eagle of the tournament. But this one ends up just short. He'd make the birdie. Georgia Southern coach Carter Collins discussing Ben Carr's eagle attempt on number 9 from up the hill. Here he goes. He just misses, but he'd make it from there for the birdie. We move over to the par 5 12th hole, and a great crowd gathering. They'd see some nice shots here. Kentucky's Garrett Wood from off the green putting. He's able to knock this one in. Wood finishing tied for 18th at even par to 14, and Brantley Baker able to convert on his birdie putt. Baker tying for 12th at 3 under for the tournament with a 71 Sunday. Staying on 14, Palmer Jackson continues his nice round. The approach here to about 12 feet away, and he's able to convert for the birdie as well. We move ahead to the 18th. The Eagles with a comfortable lead. Brantley Baker on the green in 2 on the par 5 hole. This one to about 2 feet away. He converts it and hears it from the crowd assembled. A few nice shots before we go. Jacob Cook right here, finishing his round off at 66, tied for 4th individually. More from Palmer Jackson, his 2nd shot from under the trees. This is his 3rd shot, getting out of trouble nicely as he puts the brakes on from about 10 feet away for birdie. That would help Notre Dame to a 2nd place team finish. The individual title coming down to a battle between a few players, including Mason Williams and Ben Carr, but everybody chasing the College of Charleston's Kieran Van Vick. He finishes his tournament in style. The nice low chip here within about 4 feet, and Van Vick cleans it up for birdie. The freshman with his first ever collegiate individual victory and getting a celebration hug from his teammates. Williams would have a chance for eagle, but he'd end up with a par. And then Ben Carr hoping to close things out with the birdie, but no problem. He'll tap in for par. And the Eagles win, walking away with a 7-stroke victory for their 3rd Schenkel Team Championship as they end up going wire to wire for the victory. Next up, the Eagles down in Sawgrass playing this next week. All right, well, as for the Georgia Southern baseball team, they had quite a crowd on hand for a midweek game, considering they were playing the College of Charleston and not Georgia or Georgia Tech, but the Atlanta Braves World Series trophy was at J.I. Clemens, which helped the crowd of well over 2,000 come out for the game, and the Eagles were able to pick up the victory. Let's send you out for some highlights. Instead of the crowd standing outside, the crowd was standing inside J.I. Clement Stadium as well. Over 1,000 people took their opportunities to take a picture with the Atlanta Braves World Series trophy, which was on hand, helping to see a crowd of over 2,000 come out to watch the Eagles take on the College of Charleston. Early on, a nice pickoff play by Braden Hayes, the Eagle offense getting the run back after they were trailing 1-0, a single to center by Jason Swan, and then Noah Ledford singles up the middle. Tied at 1-1. Gavin Ray would come into the game in the first inning, and he'd go a strong 4 1/3. Ray getting some solid defensive help as well. Jarrett Brown unassisted for out number 3. The Eagles looking for more here in the fourth. Noah Searcy takes this one off the wall in left center. He eventually moves over to second and then comes in to score on the single to right by freshman Kyler Holtgren, and it's 2-1. Ray showing he can field his position as well. Jason Swan makes the catch, and Ray covers it and gets the out here. Jay Thompson would relieve Ray, and he would go 2 innings, allowing only 1 hit and striking out 2. In the 8th, the Eagles looking for a little insurance. A perfect bunt by Jesse Sherrill. Then Noah Ledford. A high fly ball to shallow right. This one will be dropped. Sherrill hustles all the way in to make the score 3-1. They'd add another, and then Jake Martin able to close things out, getting the last 2 innings, and a nice play by Jason Swan as the Eagles take this one by a final count of 4-1. Well, up next for the Eagles, they'll be hosting the Red Wolves of Arkansas State Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, moving on to the football field, Georgia Southern holding spring practice beginning on Tuesday. We had a chance to go out there for the first day of practice and hear from head coach Clay Helton and some of the players.
A lot of talent on this field, a lot of good kids that really want to do right by this football team and by this university. The things that I saw today, I asked them to bring great relentless effort. I thought they did. We talked about accountability to each other, both assignments and fundamentals and technique. I thought they did. And then there was a lot of big plays. We talk about production, and you see the number of big plays on both sides of the ball. I can't wait to walk in and be able to see this tape and learn off of it. I think all of them, and you're always going to learn off the tape. I thought Kyle did a nice job of making some big plays. I thought his receivers made some big plays for him. But when you look at that crew, there's a bunch of talented guys that are in that competition. And so, when you're talking about having 40 practices, we'll look at all 40 of them. To make that decision. And like I tell them, it's always the best quarterback in the moment. But I thought each one of them made some nice plays today between Connor and Zach and Kyle and Richie. I thought it was a really nice day. I really liked how there wasn't a ton of missed assignments, to be honest with you. You talk about day one practice. I didn't think there was any glaring, missed assignments. I think that's a lot from the installation meetings that we were allowed to have during the spring. The guys really buying into taking that information process and bringing it out here. And, the other thing that I was really pleasantly pleased with is just their effort from A to B, from the start of practice all the way to the end. I thought they did a nice job.
I think it went good, with everything that's going on. We got a new offense, new staff coming in. I feel like everybody's been picking it up at a pretty good pace, and, I feel like we're on track to being really good. Right now I'm full-time wideout, so yeah.
How do you feel about that transition?
I think it was a good move. I feel like if they needed me at running back, I could still go do that or whatever will help the team win, so I feel like it's pretty good.
I felt great, just being back out here after, myself being out for 6 months. But just, I've been around the guys, but great to fly around here and just have fun again. We playing different schemes, so, we really got to lock in and to learn the scheme and, to grow and get better. But it's just fun learning something new, being able to lock in on that.
It was awesome. It was really organized. I feel that it went very well and very efficiently for the first day.
all the quarterbacks and receivers were on the same page, the line was doing their jobs, and the defense was flying around. It was a really productive day, and all the coaches and I think all the players would be really satisfied with how it turned out. And we can't wait to watch the film and see what to correct. Well, growing up in high school, I ran the triple option, and then I came here and ran the option as well. So it's been a little bit difficult for me simply because I've never been in a scheme like this before, but Coach Ellis is doing a great job of implementing it. We're having walkthroughs a lot, so it's all really coming together. It's simple terminology that everybody can pick up on, and we're moving at a rapid pace, and I can't wait to see what the end result is, because it's going to be something special. You guys are going to enjoy watching it.
It was a lot of fun, a lot of competition, and the first day with a new scheme, new players, being a new guy, that's really all I wanted to come out and see is how do people compete, and we did that great offensively, defensively, special teams. A lot of guys making plays, flying around, communicating, having a lot of fun. So it was pretty awesome to get out there with these guys. A really cool thing that has really stood out to me is the coaching staff. They've been who they were on the visit when I first met them. They stay true to who they are, and that's a special thing to find in college football because it's a business and people are going to say a lot of things in recruiting, but they've been true to who they are, and I really appreciate that. This is my 6th spring ball, so the speed of the game is slowed down so much for me, especially after the starts that I've got, the real playing time. But it's always a little bit quicker tempo when you're in a new place, a new setting with new people, new offense. But the coaches have done a great job preparing me and preparing quarterbacks and preparing everybody else for everything to go smoothly. There's obviously mistakes out there. There's lessons. But that's why we practice, and that's why we have film, and that's why we go in there, we study, and we talk, and we communicate.
Practice continues Saturday at Paulson Stadium from 11 to 1, and then Tuesday and Thursday again next week. They're open to the public. Stay with us. High school baseball and golf, among other sports, coming up next. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998, providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy, in-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests, and ultrasounds, and in-house labs. Featuring nurse practitioner Melissa Beasley, Family Internal Medicine of Statesboro can accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care.
At Badcock Home Furniture and More, we know what it means to find the perfect fit. The feeling of surprise. That just right moment of delight. It's what we see every time a family finds their priced right style and snuggle perfect comfort. Because for us, home isn't simply where you live, it's how you live. Badcock Home Furniture and More. Just right.
The Statesboro Blue Devils in action this past week as they were hosting the number 3 ranked Long County Blue Tide. Blue Tide coming into the game with an 11-1 record. Let's send you out for some highlights from Mill Creek Park and Jim Simmons Field. Statesboro High hosting 3rd ranked Long County Monday at Mill Creek Park and Jim Simmons Field. The Tide scoring early. Brian Deal just misses the bunt attempt. This allows the runner to score from 3rd. And it's 1-0. Later, Deal with the wild pitch. That would score another, and the Blue Tide take a 2-0 lead. Then extend it here in the 3rd. Dan Edwards bloop to center, falls in. And it's 3-0 Long County. The Blue Devils battle back for a couple of runs in the bottom of the inning. Drew Yon going to the opposite field with the RBI single to left. The Tide looking to extend their lead in the 4th. The squeeze bunt, but a nice play by Landon Collins, flipping it with his glove to Mason Johns, who gets knocked over, but holds on to the ball for the out. Later, same inning, the single into right. 1 run scores. The ball will get away. The Blue Devils trying to make a play at the plate, but the runner slides in ahead of the tag, and Johns takes another tumble. Long County up 7-2, the bottom of the sixth. The Blue Devils finally coming to life at the plate. Gray Harrelson, the RBI single to right. And then Drew Yon, the deep fly ball. The sac fly brings home Avery Newton to get Statesboro within 7-5. We move to the bottom of the seventh. Long County up 8-5. The Blue Devils down to their final out. The bases loaded. Landon Yates, the batter, and he rips the single to center. 2 runs come home, cutting the lead to 8-7. And then with runners on second and third, Gray Harrelson delivers the walk-off double to deep left. And Statesboro comes all the way back to take this one by a final count of 9-8. Up next for the Blue Devils, they'll be traveling to Long County down in Blackshear coming up Friday evening. We'll have highlights from our other area high school baseball teams coming up for you next week. As for the area track and field as well as golf going on this week, on the track, the annual Plankenhorn Relay is taking place at Southeast Bulloch High School. The Southeast Bulloch boys coming in second place in that one. And as for the Bulloch Academy Gators, they hosted the Gator Relays this week. The girls won first place in that one, and the boys came in second with Pinewood coming in first there. And on the golf links, you had the Bulloch County Championships taking place over at the Georgia Southern University Golf Course. The Bulloch County Championships taking place this week at Georgia Southern's University Golf Course. Rainy start to the affair. We picked things up with the girls, and Shelby Clark was head and shoulders above the rest of the competition on this day. Nice chip here on number 5. She'd end up firing a 38, which was 13 strokes ahead of the competition, and the Portal Panther team winning the girls' competition as well. We'll move over to the boys' side of things, and last year's champion, the defending champ for the boys, Evan Averett here with the tee shot on number 4 to about 6 feet. He'd lead Statesboro with the 41. For Southeast Bulloch, Trey Anderson with the nice shot here on number 1 to within a couple feet. He'd tap that in for a birdie and would shoot a 39, finishing in third place. Meanwhile, battling for the championship, Bulloch Academy's Griffin Garvin. Check out this shot as he pulls the string on number 1, puts it within about 12 feet. Garvin with a round of 38, as was Southeast Bulloch senior Will Nelson here on the par 5 hole. His third shot to about 14 feet. He'd step up and sink it. Nelson with the 38 as well. This one would end up going into a playoff hole. The first playoff hole, Nelson in trouble, but getting out of it nicely as he puts this one on the back shelf. Meanwhile, Garvin in some trouble. His fourth shot here on number 9 on the playoff, a beautiful one within about 1.5 feet. He'd go on to tap that in. We'd end up going to a second playoff hole, this time Garvin from about the same distance. He'll miss, opening the door for Nelson. Nelson misses this one for par, but would tap in for bogey. The match would end up coming down to scorecard regression. Nelson would par number 8, Garvin with the bogey, and Nelson ends up as the individual champ, and Southeast Bulloch takes the team title as well. And that'll wrap it up for this week's show. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.